All right, three, two, one, let's get it. There is a formula for self-confidence. I never knew that. Isn't it nice to know that there is a formula for self-confidence? All thanks to the legendary Napoleon Hill. And I came across this morning in my random reading, and reading out of his massive book. Those of you who are watching this on video, his book is massive, man. The Laws of Success, about 600 pages. But it's not your normal 600 pages because it's a wide book. And so, it's probably, if you condensed it into a regular size looking book, it's probably more like, 1,200 pages, probably double that. And that's probably why they widened the pages so it wasn't quite so intimidating. Book's pretty intimidating as it is. There is a formula for self-confidence. And, if you think about self-confidence, when it comes to other people, we think they just have the trait, like they're just naturally self-confident. And then when it comes to, me and you, we kind of look at self-confidence as luck. And that's not what it is at all. There's actually a formula that I'm going to walk you through for developing self-confidence. Because sometimes, man, we lose self-confidence. And I hope by listening to this, you'll realize where you've lost it. Self-confidence is something that has to be reinforced daily. And it's not predicated on something out there. Self-confidence is an internal game. It's an internal job. And I know it sounds kind of cliche, but it really is. So there's 5 ways to develop self-confidence. And we're going to go through the first 3 today, and then we'll bang out the other 2 on the next episode. So let's begin the formula for self-confidence. And you don't have to hear all 5 of them in order to begin practicing self-confidence. You just start working the formula. And again, it's got nothing to do with out there. It's got nothing to do with the external results. It's got everything to do with you. So the first piece of the formula for developing self-confidence. Napoleon Hill writes, I know I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, aggressive, and continuous action toward attainment. Okay? So first thing he says, let's break this down. I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose. You do. You already have everything that you need to get started. You might not have everything you need to achieve what you want to achieve, but you got enough to get started. You got enough in the tank. You're not done, but you have enough to get started. So I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose. Now, what is definite purpose? Napoleon Hill talks about definite purpose all the time. Basically, in a nutshell, you're aligned. Everything lines up. So when you have a definite purpose, it means that you have a clear, specific, unwavering chief aim in life. You know exactly what you want, and you organize your thoughts, your desires, and actions around that. So let's just stop right there. You have very little self-confidence because, number one, you don't have a definiteness of purpose. And so that's the first thing that we have to do is you have to have a definite purpose. And look, let me tell you something. It wasn't until I got basically in 2017, so almost 10 years ago, I didn't realize, I didn't know what my purpose was. And so that's okay. Like if you don't really know, head in a general direction. There's some internal yearns, and I think as you start sitting with yourself, which he talks about this here in just a second, as you start getting to know yourself more and start sitting with yourself, then you're going to start, your purpose is going to line up. I already know what my definite purpose is. Okay, my definite purpose is to teach the life skills of selling. Those skills: communication, curiosity, creativity, continuous learning and action, and productive confrontation, to handle the 3 problems we all face in life: adversity, uncertainty, and complacency, across the 5 domains in life: your faith, your family, your fitness, your finances, your fulfillment. Look, I didn't come out of the womb knowing this. I didn't start the podcast back in 2017 knowing what my definite purpose was. I just knew what I didn't want anymore. I wanted peace, and I wanted clarity, and I wanted control back over my life. And so I headed in that direction. And slowly but surely, these things began to bubble up. So you got to have a definiteness of purpose. Now, that definiteness of purpose, it's also got to be clear. The actions will make it more clear. You're not going to come out with like crystal clear thoughts. Okay, it's going to be muddy because you got to get through some of this inertia. You got to get through some of this bogged down, this fogginess, this past. You got to work through those things. Okay, so then it's got to be clear. It's got to be specific and unwavering chief aim. I love that right there. Unwavering, meaning that no matter what comes up, no thing is going to stand in my way. I'm unwavering in those things. You don't get rocked. Like people think you're crazy, like you're still doing this. I mean, you look at anybody who has achieved massive success, the people that you read about, like on all the shelves back here, people thought they were crazy. I mean, they absolutely thought they were just loony because they had a definite purpose and they were unwavering about it. They were a dog on the bone. They didn't let up on that. So back to the book, he says, with that definiteness of purpose, I demand of myself. That's key. Like we're not negotiating here. I demand it. Like if you tell your child to do something, man, I demand that you do this. It's not up for debate. And so you got to put a demand on your life. I demand of myself. It's got nothing to do with anybody else. Persistent, aggressive, and continuous action toward its attainment. I'm going to be persistent. I'm going to be aggressive. Love that. This is internal. Persistent, aggressive, and I'm going to have continuous action toward its attainment. Unwavering. I'm just consistent. Bang, bang, bang. Second formula for success. I realize that the dominating thoughts of my mind eventually reproduce themselves in outward bodily action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my mind for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to be by creating a mental picture of this person and then transforming that picture into reality through practical service. All right? So I know that kind of sounds kind of woo-woo. This sounds very Napoleon Hill-ish, okay? But let me break this down in real-life terms for you. So the first part, I realize the dominating thoughts of my mind eventually reproduce themselves outwardly, okay? What are the dominating thoughts in your mind? If you don't have dominating thoughts with a definite purpose, see, if you don't, okay, let me just put it like this. If you don't have a definiteness of purpose, then you don't have dominating thoughts. Boom. So that definiteness of purpose, clear, specific, unwavering, chief aim. Like, don't worry about how something's going to happen. That's what happens. We put these prerequisites on there like, well, you don't understand my past. I'm starting off with nothing. I've just been on the skids. People laugh at me. I've got no education, blah, blah, blah. I mean, we make up all the, like, none of that. None of that even matters. Okay? So how you're going to get there is not up to you. Don't figure all that out. You just got to know what you want. And you got to earn it. Like, again, if you don't know what you want, just head in a direction. Or so let me clear it up even more. What do you not want in life? I was watching a documentary, The Defiant Ones, and Jimmy Iovine, who he was the co-founder of Beats by Dre. Him and Dre became billionaires. Famous producer also. But he was like, my dad was a longshoreman there in New York. And he was like, I didn't know what I wanted to do in life, but I knew what I didn't want to do in life. And so I worked against that. I didn't want to be on the docks. So sometimes, like, if you don't know what you want in life, work from what you don't want in life. I don't want to be that. Okay, so work against that and start heading in a direction. I mean, hell, he became a producer. And he didn't really know. He kind of stumbled in that, and that's what's going to happen. You're gonna fall into something. You're gonna find your drift. You're gonna get into something. That's what podcasting is for me. It's a natural love. I love to read. I love listening to podcasts. I love sharing a message. So it all just naturally came together. So you don't have to fight to find it. It's going to come to you. And if you don't have it right now, okay, you got to head, again, I hate to be redundant, but you got to head in a general direction. So back to what he said. The dominating thoughts of my mind eventually reproduce themselves outwardly. So once you start heading in a direction, think about, let's just use fitness because we can all relate to that. When the times that you've tried to get in shape, bro, you dominate. Like everything you talked about, everything you did, everything you looked on Instagram about, like everything was dominating that thought because you're like, bro, I'm about to get chiseled. Okay? And so it dominated so much that's all you talked about. And then that manifested outwardly. Same thing with what Napoleon Hill is talking about here. When you have dominating thoughts that manifest outwardly, you're going to start to see those things. So it's going to manifest in physical action, and then gradually, so your actions are going to line up with this, and gradually transform themselves into a physical reality. Remember the timeline we're on, okay? Eventually and ultimately. So eventually, you keep doing this, dominating thoughts, and like this is, you eat, sleep, and drink it. These things are going to, your physical reality is going to start, it's going to start shaping up. You're going to start seeing that. Continuing on, he says, therefore, I will concentrate my mind for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person that I intend to be. The 30 minutes, man, this is arbitrary, okay? I get it. First thing, man, you got 30 minutes. Start somewhere. Start with 10 minutes. Start with 5 minutes. The point is, what he's saying in this is that you sit alone in your thoughts and you have a mental picture of the person that you want to become. Can you even see that? Bro, I had the hardest time for years seeing who I wanted to be because we get so clouded in our past, in our mistakes, in our embarrassments, in our blow-ups, in our cutthroat actions we did. I mean, we get so bogged down in all those things that that's the only person we can see. But when you develop a definite aim, a definite purpose, unwavering, your thoughts begin dominating, and you start this, you reinforce this every day. Just get up. Sometime, at first, man, it's going to be kind of cloudy. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. I am living proof. I've been doing this since 2017, nearly every day. The days I don't, I am not cool to be around. So probably if I had to score, I'm probably about a 93% over nearly a 10-year period. I have to do it. It's my lifeblood. So if you will set some time aside, thinking of the person you intend to be by creating a mental picture of this person and then transforming that picture into a reality through practical service. So basically what he's saying is you can sit there and you can think about, and you do need to, sift through your thoughts. Get a mental picture of the person that you want to be. What does your life look like? Who do you look like? But then also, it ain't going to come to you and then you get out of the chair and then you just go blow up your life. No. He says, then you got to go give practical service. Means it ain't theory. You're putting it into practice. Not only are you investing in yourself, but you're contributing to society as well. All right, third piece of self-confidence formula. I know that through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of realizing it. Therefore, I shall devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of factors named in the 15 lessons of reading this course on the laws of success. All right, let's break this down. Okay, so I know that through the principle of autosuggestion is a conditioning of the mind. It's self-directed conditioning. It's what it is. So through autosuggestion, it's the habits that you start developing. It's the way that you talk to yourself. It's the way that you communicate to yourself. It's the way that you're being curious and creative, exploratory, naive, experienced, all these kind of different things that we've been talking about over the last few weeks. I mean, it's basically self-directed hypnosis, man. You're hypnotizing yourself into the person that you intend to be. I know it sounds woo-woo. Just hang in there with me. Keep an open mind. If you get a closed mind, then you're not going to achieve anything in life that you really want to achieve. So you got to open that mind up. So through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind, there's that thing again. Definite purpose, dominating thoughts, persistently hold in my mind like I ain't letting go. So when you're persistent, it will eventually seek expression through some practical means of realizing it. It's going to come out. That's what he's saying. So what you got to do is you got to devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of factors of the law of success. Okay? It can be literally the laws of success. You can read out of this book for 10 minutes. Here we go. The random reading. Didn't know I was going to come across this today. Okay? I've been practicing the random reading, I don't know, probably 6-7 years. And so the random reading is where I devote 15 to 20 minutes every single day. I pick a random book off my shelf. I go to the table of contents. I pick a chapter that most resonates with me, and I read that one chapter, and then I write about it. Okay? That's what he's saying right here. You put aside 10 minutes. Start right there. 10 minutes and read something that aligns, that strengthens, that educates you into the person that you want to become. The reason why I like the 10 to 20 minutes of random reading is because it's small enough to reflect on it, and it's also manageable enough to be able to go outside and go live it that day. That's just the game for the day. So instead of me just, well, I don't know what I'm going to come across today. No, I'm primed. Like I'm going to work the formula 1 through 3 today of self-confidence. And then I'm going to tune in for the next episode for the last 2 pieces of self-confidence, unless you run to Books A Million and go buy this book and you already know where I'm going. But we'll talk about it anyway. So here's what I love about this is with self-confidence, when it comes to self-confidence, number one, the reason why you don't have it is because you're not working a formula. You're just hoping it just kind of comes to you. Or you're just kind of dismissive and you think it's for everybody else and not for you. Self-confidence has got nothing to do with anyone or anything else. It's got everything to do with you. And that's why it's called self-confidence. It doesn't necessarily have to do with the result. The results are going to take care of themselves. So sometimes when you get all butthurt and it didn't, look, you can do everything right and it still goes wrong. You can do some things wrong and it still comes out right. I mean, we've all lived those kind of different things. So you can't necessarily hang your hat. Your confidence should not be tied to the direct result. It should be tied to the effort that you put in to influence that result. And when it doesn't come to fruition for you, you analyze it. You figure out why it didn't happen. Sometimes it's protection because maybe you're not ready for that. So don't get all butthurt about it. Sometimes you don't have enough knowledge there. So life is telling you, man, like, look, we need to keep you in this holding pattern. You got to be persistent. Keep working this. You're on the right track, but you're not ready yet. Sometimes that's what those things are. But that's all self-confidence is. And so what I really love about this is you can begin developing your own self-confidence. How many times have you looked at self-confidence and thought, well, I need somebody else to do something for me? There's a Chinese proverb. Let me read it to you. I love this. The wise person demands everything of himself, while the insignificant person demands everything only from other people. I love that. And that speaks to the self-confidence. The wise person demands everything of himself. This is a Chinese proverb that's talking. Napoleon Hill might have got it from the Chinese proverb. It's that demand of yourself. So this is how you create your independence. This is how you create your freedom. This is how you create your self-confidence, because you're not dependent on anything else. While the insignificant person, meaning the person that ain't doing nothing, that nobody even is even considering, it's because that person is demanding everything from everybody else. So what you're doing is woe is me, You're demanding of other, if only I could have this kind of money. Who could have given me the job? That family member could have wrote me a check and got me out of that situation. I mean, the list goes on and on. The insignificant person, that's what they do. Instead of taking account for themselves and working the formula of self-confidence, it's easier to just blame everybody else. All right? So that's self-confidence formula 1 through 3. Next episode, we'll do number 4 and 5. With that, remember, keep it simple, keep it moving, never settle, stay tough. Peace.